Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Joey and Maria again. We're back at Lake Mead with the Lake Mead Water Report.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
All right guys, so we wanted to come out here again today and give you a situation report for May because the water is actually starting to dip down again. And we just got out here today and we climbed this big humongous little hill as you saw on the way in, just so you guys get this little panorama of this morning shot out here. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the report. So today guys, the water level at Lake Mead is 1,067.82 feet. And we have lost not quite 10, but about 9.5 feet of water since the beginning of the water year. Now, I am anticipating probably a total of between 15 to 25 feet of total water droppage for the year, but it's not really drought related because right now, as we speak, Lake Powell is filling up. And the 9.5 feet that we've dropped here at Lake Mead, Lake Powell has actually gained about 9.8 feet up there. The inflows up there also are immense. All that water melt from the snowpack is building up. I believe the last number that we got there was 30,000 cubic feet per second of flow coming in, and they're releasing about 7,000 cubic feet. So the water that is being released right now at Lake Mead is just our yearly water release that's going out to California and Arizona. It's not truly drought, but it's going to be interesting to see for every 1 foot of water drop, how much shoreline that exposes. Depending on the slope and the topography of the land behind us, generally it's 18 feet of slope on big humongous reservoirs like Lake Mead. And we want to go down here towards Hemingway Harbor, which is right in this area right here. Over on the right hand side of that is going to be a good indication for us to see what that water droppage for every foot that is dropped. Along the ridge along here, you can see that ridge. It's very apparent right there where the water used to be and when it comes down. So we want to see for every 1 foot of vertical water drop, how much land does that expose? And it's always interesting here at Lake Mead to discover things along the shoreline as the water goes out. So if we get that 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of water going out this summer, it's going to expose a lot of the stuff that the water took back during the winter. So we're going to go ahead and jump on the computer. I'm going to give you some of the data report and flow charts, and then we're going to hop back down here and get down to Hemingway and traverse that shoreline down here and see if we can discover anything. So join me, I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and jump onto Lakes Online here and take a look. As you can see the water level here. At the beginning of the year here, we were at 1,076.54, and you see it's already made its decline down to 1,067.05, which is typical around this time of year. Now, when you took a look down here at 2023, you saw we had that 1 year that because of all that snow, when we should have been dropping, we gained. Look at all this gainage. But if you take a look here in 2022, right around this time, of course, boom, big time drop, right? And if I'm anticipating the same kind of behavior to happen, we're right here. And if we follow right along the trajectory here of 2022, we should continue to drop another 10, maybe 15 feet and kind of slope off right around here. All right, but who knows, right? Let's just go ahead and take a look at the data down below here. You can see the drought monitor, 0 drought. Everything looks normal, so we're not in any kind of a drought situation. If we jump over to a Lake Mead water database, let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see how the flows have gone up, where it peaked at the beginning of the year and starting to come back down again. All right, but I say this stuff is not drought related. It's just the way that we are holding back water and releasing at this time of year. Now, if we take a look at the last 14 measurements here, on average, we have been losing 0.15 feet of water per day. Everything has been in the red here, and it says that Lake Mead is down 2.6 feet over the last 14 measures. The current average inflow at Lake Mead is 10,503.5 cubic feet per second, and the outflow is 15,276. So, there's 5,200 cubic feet of water more leaving than is coming in. And just lately here, you can see the inflow is 10,009 and the outflow is 17,008. right? So like double digits here, 9,007 coming in, 18,007 going out, which is leading to the 10 feet of water drop as of this point. But like I said, guys, this stuff here is nothing to worry about. This is just our typical water giveaway for the year. At this time of year, we normally open up the gates here while Lake Powell is actually building up the same amount of water that we're down. They're actually up. So everything looks okay. So let's get back to Lake Mead. All right, guys, so here we are at the marina, and it looks like, you know, it's hard to tell from right here. You know, the ground feels sort of kind of firm, a little bit spongy. So I don't know how much of this was underwater. I could only assume probably 10 to 15 feet of it, which starts right back here. And if you take a look all the way here, this is the ramp coming in, and this is where it starts. And we've probably got like 30 feet of shoreline that is exposed, and it is wet. You know, you can see right here how it's dark. So the water table is still underneath all of this right here, and it goes back at least, it looks like about 30, 40 feet right here. So I'm gonna say right here at the marina, 40 feet of water recession has happened, at least in this area of shoreline. And we're gonna go ahead and survey the area right along the shoreline right here. And we're going to try to follow this as much as possible. And it's going to get kind of murky and sinky, so we may have to go in a little bit. But we'll always try to stay as close as we can to the shoreline to see, you know, what new stuff is exposed. Coyote tracks. All right, guys, so we're about maybe 25 feet in, and this is the first evidence here of water erosion that we've seen. You can see these little sweep step marks right here, and it goes all the way up to about here. So just recently, this water was right up here, right up about here, just recently. And you could just see here as the water receded back down towards that way from the 9-10 feet of water drop. We're looking at about 40 feet, which was what I said back at the marina where the ramp was, how much of that dark mud was coming up towards the ramp. This reflects exactly what I was saying, because you could just see the little erosion cuts right here as it sweeps all the way back down towards the water, which is on the other side of these bushes down here. It's like a little time-lapse clock. You know what I mean? You could just slowly see, like almost like on a weekly, you could just see how the water just drops in tiers like that. And here we go, guys. Even though back there at the marina, it looks like it's a flat area. Look, this is our very first tragedy here. And it's just gonna be up and down and up and down. Even though we're along the shoreline, this is what happens here. You have to just go up and down these rocky berms. And watch your footing, because this shale is very loose. And look down here, man. When you look through here, all you see are these little teeny shells, which is more evidence that this stuff was all underwater. Yeah, everywhere you look around here, it's just full of them. what do they call these here? Invasive species? Clams or something like that, barnacles. See, it's wild. We're just right here next to the marina, right up this little bermy mountain, and you come down here, seashells and stuff all along the rocks here in the desert. So water did make it up here at some point. And then, like I said, we came up one ravine, and now you got to go all the way back down just to climb up again. So, you know, when you're looking at this thing from like a map shot overhead, everything looks flat and it looks quite easy, but literally trying to get out 300 yards to, say, a boat that you found, having to try to walk it and going up and down 300, you know, yards or so could feel like 3 miles. Our first evidence of water drop. Buoy. Sitting out here deep in the desert. That just didn't get here out of the blue. Oh man, I need a machete to get through all of this stuff. Ugh. After all that Crocodile Dundee stuff, and we found ourselves an open path along the shoreline. I wish it was all like this. We get lucky if we can find an open patch like this, but more or less it's like this, you know? And I know Maria does not like coming out here and having to try to fight all this stuff, because this is itchy and bugs, and she is just definitely not into itchy and bugs and dragonflies all over your face. So we are going to try to stay as close to the shore, but we got to pick the path of least resistance wherever we can find it. Sometimes we get lucky and it's along the shore, and other times we have to go all the way back inland. More anchor ties for the marina. As the marina comes in and out, they moor that stuff along with these cables, lock them in here, and run them under the water all the way out to the docks. Oh, look at all this shale, guys. Millions and millions of seashells. Well, clams, barnacles, what have you. No idea what this is or why it's out here, but that's not far from the shoreline. Uh-oh, more evidence, guys. Look, navigation buoys right there, and those do not look that old. So these were just placed not very long ago. And look at this, guys, the terrace cuts I was telling you about. See how it's white? This is dry, but look, it gets darker, and the step, another erosion step, erosion step, erosion, 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 all the way down to there. So you can clearly see more of what 10 feet of water drop looks like from a viewpoint like this. And if you look down there, you can see where the water, it looks like it's milky. Looks like it's current working its way, more cutting going on down here. So we should see more erosion cuts. Like I said, within the next 30 to 90 days, you're gonna see more of these water cuts happening, as you can clearly see it right here. You can just see some of this transition colors. You could just see the erosions happening right now as I'm talking to you right here. Let me step down here and try to get you in without falling down. Look at this huge cut, right? Boom, look at that. That is an erosion cut, guys, no doubt about it. And you can clearly see Mother Nature doing her job right here. More cuts. Oh yeah, I can feel it. The water, the ground is so soft right now. Look at it, check it out, look. I can just push right into it. That is soft mud from where the water was just up here really recently. And like I said, you could just see the transition happening from muddy to like light milk to dark blue. It's already happening, and it's happening harder right here along this cove, which is evident to what you're seeing right here. Maria says she's found a Buddha out here in the middle of nowhere. Let's go take a look at the Buddha. Where's the Buddha at, huh? A Buddha. Yeah, it looks like a headless Buddha. Oh man, looks like it was just recently broken. Some of the body or something like that. Headless Buddha. And some fishing bait. So somebody was out here fishing. Yeah. Right up at this point, which is a nice point. And I always wondered what that stuff is out there. Those are actually bathrooms. So if you're out here jet skiing and stuff, you know, and you need to use the bathroom, when you see those, you roll up in there and there's a ladies and a men's room right there. Alrighty guys, so right behind me here, here's a good indication of water droppage. If we take a look at this cove right here, you can just see how the water is coming in, and it actually went all the way back to about there, okay? Now, how I can tell that is I could just take a look at the berm on the other side, and I could just see how dark and rich the soil is, okay? You can clearly see it. I hope you can with this camera, where here's the water, and just look, just go up there. You can see it's like kind of like chocolatey brown, and then right about up there, it starts to get that real bright white from the dried rocks from the summer. And so like they say, you know, about 9.5 feet of water drop, and then you could just see how much that equate to this entire cove here. So all the way back through here, back about right there, the water was at. And it went all the way up to the brown parts right there, and all of that was underwater. So, man, the water can drop fast. You know, just 3 to 10 feet of water here can completely change, you know, the shoreline out here. And that's why we're out here to do our survey to see if we can uncover anything. So let's keep pushing on. I don't know how soft this is here, but okay. Fairly firm, but you could see here some other people didn't fare so lucky. All of this stuff right here is very soft and muddy, indicating that the water was just here recently. Alrighty guys, so Maria and I have been out here the better part of an hour surveying the topography of the shoreline here, and we have not come across any evidence of any of the boats, and there should have been 3 between here and maybe another 100 feet that way. There's normally like 3 boats out here, and we haven't seen any evidence of any of that right now. So obviously the water is still a little bit too high, but I do believe that within the next 90 days, that stuff will appear, and it's just going to be interesting to see how quickly those boats come out, because right here in this cove, we should have already seen that World War II Higgins boat. It should have been like right in this area. I don't see anything of that, so it's probably down in that water another 6 feet or so. But 6 feet of water, I mean, if we lose another 10 feet to 20 feet in the next, during the course of the summer, all those boats will come back up. We might see a boat down this way. We're gonna go ahead and keep coming this way a little bit and see what we can find, and then if we don't, then we're just gonna go ahead and back out of here and head back towards the marina. But nevertheless, just a majestic view, you know? So even though you might not, necessarily come across boats, if you guys like to come out hiking and stuff like that, right up above me here, guys, is the Lake Mead tunnels that go to Hoover Dam. And right over there is the visitor center, okay? And then there's gonna be this carve out. You can just see the walkway up top there. and you could ride your bike, and there's tunnels that carve out. There's tunnel 1, there's tunnel 2, tunnel 3, tunnel 4, and I believe this is tunnel 5. And then right up over there is going to be like a observation lookout, and on the other side of this is going to be Hoover Dam. But yeah, if you guys just like getting out and, you know, getting out early, like we came out here roughly around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, because, you know, it's going to get really hot. If you're going to be starting your day and you want to do some exploring, you're going to have to get up early, man. You know, you want to be able to leave your house around 6:30 and get out here while the, you know, the morning sun is not so hot. Morning sun is bearable. You can actually enjoy everything up until about 10 o'clock. And then when 10 o'clock comes, man, you better be finding yourself some shade, have some umbrellas, water, what have you, because it will start to really, really get hot. Right now, I think today is expected to be only like 98, but when summertime comes out here and it's over 100, 110, it's not enjoyable to be out here, especially anytime between 10 and 2. Oh, you don't want to be out here then, trust me. Oh, okay. I'm seeing something. I'm seeing something right out here in the water here, guys. Can you see that? I see some actual blocks right here, anchor blocks, the white ones down here. That's going to be interesting, guys. You can see right now that is probably a foot, foot and a half underwater, and I see 3 blocks down here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to get a better venue point here. But there's 3 mooring blocks here. 1, 2 that you can see, and there's a 3rd one over here. And they're about a foot, foot and a half, man. So let's come back out here during the course of this summer and see just how much of this block is exposed. And we'll keep a reference to that, to this video, to the next concurring videos, as we keep coming out here and taking a look. And we're gonna see if we can notice water drought. So we should be able to walk out to it, okay? So like right now, we definitely can't walk out to it, but within the next 90 days, we should be able, all of this stuff should be able to be walked clearly out to this block here. So we're gonna have to stay tuned for those episodes. I know a couple of summers ago, Marina and I came out here, headed towards that cave. We actually went out here and we wanted to go all the way up against that north face there to actually see what the water line is, where the white turns black. And when we came out here, we came across 2 jet skis. I think they were both Kawasaki's. That it was strange to find one and to find a sister pair sitting out here, and I've just been looking all over for it and I can't seem to find it anymore. I found a piece of the jet ski right here. This looks like the one of the nose cowlings, or maybe the rear to one of the jet skis, right? So it is quite possible that the jet skis are around here somewhere. I have not been able to find it. Well, we decided to abandon the shoreline and come back inland a little bit more on our way out. And on our way out, it looks like we discovered Noah's Ark sitting out here. Whatever it is, it's a wooden boat. Look at this. Yeah, check that out. That's been out here a quick minute. Look at that. Man, I wonder what stories this thing has to tell. Looks to be about a good 30-footer. What kind of a wooden boat was out in Lake Mead? 30-foot wood boat. I see some paint. There's still some paint left on it from whenever. But yeah, look at that. Look at the structure of how this thing was put together. Just wood with nuts and bolts, man, holding back water. It did for a while. Wild. Ow! Ooh, we gotta be careful around here. This is where snakes will be hiding out. Under this wood, trying to get some shade, get out of the sun. Gotta be careful around here. Man, we keep looking along the shoreline for boats, and we never realized that, you know, going back inland, I'm finding more boats. We just found that wooden boat back there. And look, I just eyeballed another boat, wooden boat wreckage over here. If we could just get down here without falling, because this is some loose rocks. Yeah. There's another one, right? Look at all that nonsense. Oh my God. I'm sorry, hon. Ooh wee. Gotta do some Crocodile Dundee stuff to get through here. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Don't even ask me what this thing is. Just another discovery. Man, what is that, an engine? Diesel engine of some sort? Gas tanks. Looks like some sort of a gas tank. And what's left of another wooden boat. Look at that. That's a gas tank. Yeah. I wonder what year, what are the possible years that this thing was created out here. Look at Maria scaffolding, trying to get herself up these hills, man. It's no joke. It's death defying. But anyways, man, yeah, another one. These things literally could be scattered all along back here. All these wooden boats. This has got to date all the way back into the 40s, man. You know? Yeah, it has to be. Right around Hoover Dam, right? There was nothing out here but desert before Hoover Dam, so this couldn't have been out here before Hoover Dam, so right around Hoover Dam period. Alrighty guys, so that's everything we have for you today for the Lake Mead water report for May. We took you guys all along the shoreline out here and tried to peruse, trying to find those boats. We couldn't come out with anything other than what we found out back into the desert. And we finally decided to come over here in Marina, get some refreshments. I mean, I know Maria is tired right now. She's over here just waiting for me to get back to the car and get into some AC. So guys, if you like this video, please do us a kindness, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we will be back out here within the next 30, 60, or 90 days to give you more updates on this water, whether it goes up or down. It says it's gonna go down another 10, 15 feet, which should expose more of those boats along the shoreline. So that's it. That's everything I have for you today. Let's run over here to Maria and have her say her salutations, babe.
Hi guys, thanks for coming with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming with us again. We'll see you guys in the next water report. You guys be well, okay? Bye now.